For centuries, London has been one of the world's leading financial hubs. But despite rubbing shoulders with New York and Hong Kong, until recently the UK's capital lacked the one thing that is now synonymous with a modern city: skyscrapers. But things have changed dramatically over recent years, and London has experienced a skyscraper boom, further growing its economy, transforming its skyline, and actually changing the climate in some parts of the city. Standing as a major cultural and financial hub for more than 2,000 years, London's rich history saw it resist a vertical push during the 19th and 20th centuries, while other cities, particularly in the United States, began to embrace the skyscraper. But that all changed in the 2000s with a push from authorities to grow the skyline and provide more space for the city's burgeoning financial sectors. Witnessing more than a decade of intense development, London's skyline has grown from just 2 skyscrapers before the turn of the century to 37 now either complete or under construction. While skyscrapers have risen across London, the biggest change to the skyline has happened here, in the historic heart of the city. Dubbed the Square Mile, the City of London has been the financial heart of Britain for centuries and is home to countless historic sites, including St Paul's Cathedral, the Royal Exchange, the Old Bailey, and the Tower of London. With such heritage, authorities established strict planning regulations for the area, preserving the city's past while protecting sightlines to landmarks. The view of St Paul's was given particular importance and has even dictated the shape of some of the skyscrapers here in the city, including 52 to 54 Lime Street, known to Londoners as the Scalpel, and the 48-storey Leadenhall building. Despite being designed by different firms and completed 5 years apart, these buildings' angles mirror one another, creating a striking view of the cathedral's dome from the east. But while these regulations protected historic sites and drove the shape of Britain's most iconic modern buildings, they didn't address density, and by 2015, with several tall towers having emerged in the area, the city was quickly becoming known as one of the windiest areas in London. With so many tall buildings built so close together, skyscraper canyons began to form, and the area developed its own microclimates. That resulted in wind being directed down into the street below, with forces strong enough to knock over cyclists and pedestrians. This phenomenon is nothing new in high-rise cities and was a factor in New York's introduction of setback regulations back in 1916. But the speed at which the City of London transformed, combined with its narrow and more irregular street layout, exasperated the issue. Even here at 20 Fenchurch Street, which is largely isolated from the main cluster, the effects can still be felt. Since the building's completion in 2013, locals have blamed the building's concave facade for these increased wind speeds down here at street level. While these skyscrapers have enabled significant economic growth, the conditions they now create at ground level, particularly in the winter months, has left the area largely devoid of the active street life that other parts of London enjoy. With a pre-pandemic daily population of more than 500,000 and a further 13 skyscrapers due to complete by 2026, the City of London recognised the need for action and, in 2019, introduced the UK's first wind guidelines. Under the new arrangements, developers must provide comprehensive wind tunnel and computer simulation assessments of how a new building's height and mass will affect people on the street. Maximum allowable wind speeds at ground level will also be reduced, and any proposed buildings found to negatively impact cyclists or pedestrians will be required to change their plans. With so many people currently working from home, the city is much quieter than usual, but foot and cycle traffic is expected to increase as restrictions are eased and as people continue to avoid public transport. The uncertainty of Brexit and the pandemic means many new schemes have been paused for the time being. But a break in London's long run of development may be just what authorities and developers need to reflect on the size and shape of what we build here in the future. Thanks for watching this video, guys. As always, if you want to get more, make sure you subscribe to B1M, and we'll see you soon.